Watch this.
Today, we said goodbye to Idaho's News Channel 7 legend, Larry Gebert. A hard truth a lot of us have been trying to accept for more than a week. For more than 30 years, Larry was the khakied, mustachioed morning weatherman that a lot of us counted on to be there every morning. Think about that, 30 years of never getting enough sleep, but also never a day when he called in sick. Well, today, during his celebration of life, we heard a lot about Larry's dedication to his job, but also about his dedication to his community and the dedication to his family. That trait trifecta can be summed up in the words of wisdom we also heard today. Words he would pass along to anyone he was teaching to water ski. And he said, never let go of the rope until you can taste the bottom of the lake. That kind of dedication will lead a lot of people to success. Never let go of the rope, even when life seems like it's trying to pull you down. That's what Larry believed, and that's how Larry lived.
This is the two of us. Note that I'm not nearly as angry as she is about this. Voices from down below. Do you hear them?
If you're here just for the day, our one-day park hopper ticket offers same-day admission to both.
It's raining, and it's stormy, and we're cold. There's a hairy yeti in the back of the boat.
Are we set? Ready? Okay. Kind of fell in love with the idea of broadcasting and working in broadcasting, and it seems like it's worked out. Well, I was always interested in it because where I grew up, there was a lot of wind, there was a lot of different things that happened. I mean, it was in Great Falls, Montana, and there was just all of this weather all the time. I mean, all 4 seasons. I've been doing other things in broadcasting, but I really wanted to focus just strictly on weather. I mean, and the community. And I really do both. I mean, I still feel that I do both of those. I mean, community activities and also the weather. But yeah, that all started right here at Channel 7 back in 1991.
What are you doing, clowning around down there, Larry?
I am. I'm down here with a couple of clowns. You're running for which office? Mayor. I'm over here by the real handlers of Elsie. I just want to know why you have to handle Elsie from the backside.
Well, just in case she releases some things that we don't want to hit the floor.
You know, it's nice, too, because, see, this guy has got like he's a great big guy with a mustache. Does that remind you, too, of anybody at all that you know? Big guy, mustache? Come on, everybody. Come on. Let's get into this. Okay. Now, there we go. See, look. Very nicely done. Very nicely done. And look, I have to show you guys something here for a second. See, we're gonna illustrate something. This was Roland Barris at approximately 5:05 this morning, and then the phone call from our producer.
I don't know what you're talking about.
We're over here at the Department of Law Enforcement, and of course the Post Academy also uses this facility. And by the way,
Actually, this all started out, we used to just come up here and water ski, and we kept thinking, well, why aren't we doing, something for somebody else?
News Channel 7's Larry Gebert and some friends have met up here New Year's Day for the last 6 years. This time, they got the Make-A-Wish Foundation involved. From there, people got pledges to raise money for the cause and made a promise to go in the water. Even Larry got on his water ski.
I had to go over $1,000, and then I told everybody that I would water ski in just my swimming suit, and I did because I got over 1,000. Didn't make the 5,000 for the Speedo level, but that's okay. Yeah, because there's a little bit of rock ledge and stuff, so, sometimes pieces of rock kind of fall off a little bit, and so you gotta, you get a little bit down in your face every once in a while.
Were you scared right there?
No.
That guy just fell on you.
Oh, well, he didn't, not exactly, because he's on his own rope, see? There it is, the world's shortest St. Patrick's Day parade. But, Buzz, did you get a chance to see the parade? You haven't? It's over, Buzz. Watermelon, coconut.
Oh, my. Larry.
David's doing pretty good. Not bad. For a guy who just came back from Alaska, he learned something. Okay.
Oh, man.
Thank you. Yeah. Well, it sounds like a lot of people deserve credit for making this project worthwhile. What is Barbara saying?
She says, I didn't get a chance to tell Carolyn that you're bringing her a cake, a little sampling just for you.
Bread. Well, Barbara needs to get the last word in, and my last word is thank you to all of them.
Carolyn says thank you to you.
Thank you, Carolyn. Make sure you get it. We don't trust him.
Well, I didn't get to be this size by accident, I know how to eat.
Go!
Thank you, Doug. I'm Buster Bronco, and I'm going to take over the forecast for Larry. All right, standing by here.
Yeah, standing.
Joe Paris.
That's me. Joining
me right here on the blue.
Both of us are 6 feet tall, and we are the same height. Anyways, all right, Larry, drop me down. We got to do this thing. All right.
I appreciate everybody who has ever walked up to me at a grocery store, on the street, in a park, at an event somewhere, just to say thank you, because they always come up, they have something very nice that they want to say, and mostly they just want to say that they've watched every morning of what seems like their entire life, and I know that makes me feel old, but I still recognize the fact that they appreciate the fact that I'm there for them, and so I appreciate them being there for me.
Morning. It's day 3. Feels like a lot more than that, but we're having fun.
Was only part of Larry Gebert and what defined him. It was a pretty big part for sure, but if you really wanted to get Larry talking, really bring a twinkle to his eye, an enthusiasm to his tone, all you had to do was ask him about his family. Larry was proud of his mixed family. Both he and his wife Julie came into their marriage with kids of their own. It was Austin, Mike, and David. They quickly became brothers. Austin Gebert basically went off on his own to blaze his own trail, but there were a couple of years here at KTVB, like back in 2016, where television was kind of the family business for Larry and two of his sons. Larry, of course, was bringing you the weather every morning. Mike DiDonato was an Emmy-winning photojournalist working in the news department. Meanwhile, David DiDonato was a producer in the marketing department. Mike D and Triple D were their nicknames, and both of them started out as production assistants right here in this studio. Today, all three spoke about the effect their dad had on them.
When I was no more than 5 or 6 years old, my dad took me to a hardware store and gave me a $20 bill and told me to go pick out something that he could use. Upon entering the store, a clerk helped me find out what my dad was in most need of, and I decided to select a simple hammer. It felt good to see my dad's excitement to fix things over the next few weeks with his new tool, and I began to really understand the impact I made just by thinking about somebody else's life before mine, with just a simple gift. That was what my father was truly passionate about. He wanted to show every single person the best qualities they had in themselves. He was always a hero to me, and I found out later that he was much more of a superhero as life went on. He did everything to love us physically on his time on earth, and now he is unlimited in his ability to love us all in spirit, helping us to guide our paths in the direction of love and positivity. The final gift a loved one will give us is the gift of grief. To feel so sad about something means that it was something that made you feel such happiness before, and that is a beautiful sadness.
We never really thought as Larry's being the weather guy, whatever, he was dad to us and always that father figure. In high school, I was looking for a direction of where to go and what I want to do, and I've always had a passion with video cameras, whatever it might be, putting videos together. And Larry always supported that. So, talking to Doug, and I've heard these stories. He advocated, he pushed so hard for us to be able to take that chance and work with the TV station. And Hans hired me. I worked in production for a little bit of time. And then eventually I was like, I think I know what I want to do. I want to be a videographer. I want to go shoot news stories with Brian Holmes or any of those people from back in the day. And Shanti Alsley hired me. He's like, hey, I know this is an entry point, but what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to be Larry's photographer in the morning for a period of time until you figure out if this is right for you. And I was like, don't worry, I got it. So I spent a year with Larry. We did everything from hanging out at the rescue mission to all the nonprofits, and I got to see a different side of Larry that we knew about, but I got to experience. I got to be part of Larry's life, his work life, for a good year or so. I appreciate Larry's, giving us and always being supportive, like David said.
One of my first memories of Larry was at my parents' wedding. I was 5 years old. I was a flower boy, of course. Couldn't think of anything else for me to do, so give him some flowers. How much harm could he cause? Or so they thought. More flower petals ended up on our guests than anywhere else because I was just running around throwing flowers everywhere. And now that I'm 30 looking back, I just have to picture what was Larry thinking at that moment. What did I just sign up for? 3 boys, just crazy family coming in. But that wasn't Larry. Larry loved every second of it. He loved being a dad. He loved being a father. Larry taught us boys determination, passion for everything you do, a sense of adventure. But more than everything, he taught me to believe in myself. He taught confidence. Recently, my wife and I found out we were pregnant, and we're having a boy. And the day I got to go over and tell my parents, the look on Larry's face was the proudest I've ever seen of in my entire life. We had to do a thing, right? And so we got a little onesie, and we wrapped it up and gave it to my mom and said, oh, it was a late birthday present or whatever. We opened it up, and Mom's like, did you give me a sweat rag? What is this? And oh no, it's a onesie. We're pregnant. And Larry just stood up and was like, whoa, 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 whoa. I've never seen him. It's so shocked, like, whoa, you're actually pregnant now? Oh man. So, and then he just gave me the biggest hug, and I can see he was so proud, and I could feel it. And all I got to say is, Larry, you were a great dad, and it's going to be my honor to keep that going forward. And I love you. Thank you.
Your 7-day forecast, where, as Larry used to like to say, your weekend is always in view.
And sometimes those Larry interviewed had an impact on our viewers in hysterical ways. That's right. I'd like to share one of Julie and Larry's favorite stories. Yeah. Larry was doing one of his live reports throughout the morning at a local church, and it was a fundraiser, of course, raising awareness for their fundraiser, one of thousands of live shots like that he did, but this one really stuck out in his mind. So he knelt down to interview a very shy little girl, and he asked her, "So, do you want to tell us your name?" And she said, "Mm-mm." "Do you want to tell us how old you are?" And she said, "Mm-mm."
Kids.
So Larry's thinking, how do I get this little girl to say something? So he said, "Okay, will you tell us what you want to be when you grow up?" And without hesitation, she said, "I want to be a naked dancing girl in Las Vegas."
Sorry.
Larry turned to the camera and said, "Back to you?" Julie told me recently that Larry had intended to write a book about his experiences in the public and on the news. And the title was going to be Larry Gebert, I want to be a naked dancing girl in Las Vegas.
One morning, he was at City Light Home for Women and Children covering an event for us when our COO, Gene Lockhart, mentioned to him that the door to the hallway wasn't working properly. During a break, Larry walked over and looked at the door, and he came back and said, "Do you want me to fix this?" Well, yes, sure. And so he went to his bag and he pulled out a Leatherman and he took the door off and he fixed the problem and he put the door back on, and that all happened before the break was over. And of course, then he explained to us why it happened, how it happened, and how to make sure it doesn't happen again. Amazing guy.
So many tears today, but so many laughs. And that one story epitomizes the Larry we all knew and loved. And that was it right there. All right, one thing I did learn this week is something I will always attribute to Larry Gebert. A lot of people get into television news, they say, to make a difference. Maybe they want to be an investigative journalist, help someone fight City Hall, speak truth to power, maybe get some recognition along the way, win some awards. But making a difference always seemed to be the recited reason that these people gave when you asked them, why'd you get into this thing? Somewhere in the genesis of someone wanting to get into journalism was this, to make a difference. Well, what I learned from Larry Gebert is making a difference doesn't have to be so big. Most times it's much simpler than that. Just by caring and putting that care into action, that can make such a big difference, a bigger difference. All right, I want to share some quotes or some comments you guys sent in during today's show as well. I worked at KTVB when Larry began working at the station. We were the newbies. He always stopped to chat with me when we came into work. Prayers and tears for a gentleman gone too soon, says Sherman Williams in Nampa. This one here from Bob. I believe Larry has done more for our community than any of the politicians ever have. He will dearly be missed for many years to come and never forgotten. Larry was the MC at the dedication of the Idaho State Veterans Cemetery on July 31st, 2004. He originally wasn't available, but he was doing his morning from Gowan Field. All the veterans told him, Larry, you have to do it. This is so important to us. And well, he immediately called me back and accepted the job. Larry was the best. And finally here, thank you for sharing Larry with us, says Jackie. But I actually wanted to read one more to you. It's pretty long here, but it's worth sharing to you. This one is from Samantha Robles, who says, I knew today has been difficult and bittersweet. I thought I'd share a story to make everyone smile. My 5-year-old son, Oakley, was watching Larry's funeral with me today. He heard Maggie say, where's Larry? We know where he is. He's in heaven. Oakley lit up and said, he's in heaven. I can't wait to meet him in heaven one day. Oakley's been wanting to be a weatherman lately. Larry was his favorite, and he wants to be just like him. It brought him joy to know Larry is smiling down from heaven. We love you, Larry.